Hey, good evening. Welcome to Chrysalis Invictus Tarot. My name is Elizabeth, and I wanted to just do a reading for you guys and see what messages there are for you. What do you need to know? So I have three different piles represented by the three different tarots that I will use to do these readings. So the first pile is the Klimt Tarot. And our theme tonight is just sort of generally gold. Like there's gold here. Those ones are actually golden, have gold embellishments. And the golden tarot. So maybe choosing by design, or perhaps you're now tapping into your intuition or receiving messages from your guides in the Cathar Tarot. Cathar? I don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced. But we're feeling like lighthearted here. That's what I'm going for. So take a moment to ground down. I've got some incense going. Maybe you burn some of your own incense. Maybe you grab a spray, create an atmosphere of peace around you, taking some long, slow, deep breaths, coming into a receptive state so that you can understand the messages that are coming through for you. And I will meet you at your pile. Okay, pile number one. Let's get a shuffle going. I hope you're doing well. Before we get into it, please know I'm trying to grow this channel, and it really helps if you give a comment, even if you leave whatever number you chose. And that way too, if you come back for further readings, you'll know which pile you chose last time, and maybe there are messages for you in the other piles at another time. So giving the video a like or a comment really helps me out, and then subscribing to the channel so I can keep reading for everybody, because I love doing this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's start there and move on. All right. So this reading is for definite, for sure, a reading about the material world. So we're looking at your relationship to health or wealth, and starting off the reading nice and strong with a Nine of Pentacles. This is independence, feeling like you're stepping into that bountiful space, that the garden of your own creation. And this can also be about feeling better. Okay, so for some of you, I can feel that you've been on a journey of appreciating your own company. So this is about actual physical independence, feeling good being alone, but also just feeling like you have yourself taken care of. That's the energy here. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you're still working on it. So not only are you in that space, but you're also watching other things grow. I feel that you have a lot of things on the go, because we also have the Three of Pentacles. Wow. The Three of Pentacles. In this, it's a woman playing a lyre, a harp, a lyre, a lyre. I've had such a trouble with words today. Yeah, so where the issue may come in is that is in taking on only what you need to take on. So are there any projects or any parts of the projects that you have picked up that are an expression of ego, or that you feel you have to do? Is there work that you're doing right now that you feel you have to do? That's the question. Or are you, or are all of these projects a reflection of your vision? I'm going to get something to clarify the Three of Pentacles. We have Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, yeah. So it could be that there's some self-consciousness about, okay, yeah. With the Nine of Wands in reverse, I'll just show you the card and then flip it over so you can look at it upright. It could be that you are still a little bit concerned with what other people think, or feeling like, it's sort of like when you go to a family reunion, if you have a family like this, and they want to know, what have you been up to? And you feel like there's some projects that you highlight that are really not your heart projects, but it's what you know they want to hear. There's a bit of that going on here, that you're doing certain things to make other people feel comfortable, or to present a certain image, and feeling like you have to present as this powerful and in charge person, or even exaggerate things. But you're reminded here that you have created this. You do not need to take on projects that aren't aligned with what your calling is. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. There's no call and response in these videos, so I'm doing my best. But this is definitely about that. So like, enjoy your work. I can see that you are enjoying your work, but just like, take a step back and evaluate what you might be doing just because, you know? What are you doing just because you think you need to? Is there a way that you can be more authentic in your work and your projects and what you select to actually do? I'm feeling called to pull some divine doors for you. Let's see what the Divine Doors Oracle has to say. I feel like this message is going to be really short and sweet. Hopefully it's been helpful or informative in some way. Keep going. You've overcome a lot of your limitations. So when I'm saying, you know, be aware of this, or, it's so weird that that came up. I was like thinking about it. This is also acknowledging that you've come a long way. Like, you've put the work in to get to where you are right now. I don't know why. Maybe it was the lyre that made me think of Odysseus. And then we have the Odyssey. I was already thinking about that. That's so trippy. There may be something about the Odyssey. The part of the story, so this is Homer's The Odyssey. So if you are a literary person, check out the part of the story when he comes back to the kingdom after being away. I think there's something significant in that part of the story for you. Okay. Let's see what this says. Can you see it? Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. And there's the door. Blue may have some significance for you, I feel like. Blue. So this is, again, like enjoy that you are here. Like, this is your garden. You grew this garden. And it would be a disservice to the self that sacrificed, the self that worked so hard for this, to not embrace, like, how amazing and how triumphant you are right now. Your other door card. Oh, and this one is more of a threshold toward Buddha. I really wish these would focus. There we go. Sort of. And it says, offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows, share more than expected, and see love come around. So there's a connection here to love as well. What is the connection to love? What is the connection to abundance, material, and love? Ooh. I keep dropping these cards. The Queen of Swords came up reversed. Okay, I think I understand. Okay, so while you were working on this abundance, you have been sort of, I don't want to say overly discerning, but you've really been focused on that and not really on your love life. So this is just saying that it is now time to open that up. So this is not saying that you are in the Queen of Swords energy. This says that it's time to like step out of that Queen of Swords energy. She's sort of cutting, like she's like, oh, you're not fitting. Bye. Let's get another card to clarify. This is so not like my other readings. I hope you're enjoying it. All right, and Three of Swords reversed. Yeah, what's going on here is that as you've stepped into this like Nine of Pentacles space, into your abundant garden, what it did was it created space to work through some of the themes that were themes that you were going through. So the resistance to romantic relationships, the being in your head and outside of your heart. You're now in this abundant space. And so you can come out of that cold, airy space and come back into your heart space. Like you're in the flow. You don't have to be defensive anymore. You can let your guard down. What else? Well, because we've had the garden theme, let's get a few secret garden cards and then we'll wrap up the reading. See, what advice do we have for pile number one in their garden? What advice do we have? Listen. This is your first little bit of advice. Are we going to get this to focus? Be alert. The soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. It's like you stepped into this abundant garden. You got your material situation on lockdown. You are stepping into this emperor energy where you're like, the emperor is the king of all kings, right? So you're in that space of like ruling your own kingdom. And that has just opened this door in this space to bring love in, to bring other things in. Here we go, success. Yes, you're bloom wherever you are planted. And so there may be some changes coming up to do with location or even just who's brought into your life with this love energy. And just know that you have created this garden and that garden is within you. It's not without you. So, so there's that. And then for some of you checking out Homer's The Odyssey, specifically the part where he returns after being away for a long time. I feel like that's where you are in your quest, perhaps, in your life. So that's what I have for you. Those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you soon. All right, pile number 2. You chose the Golden Tarot. So we'll get a shuffle on, and let's just see what messages there are for you. And while I'm shuffling, I just wanted to mention, if you give this video a comment, even just leaving the number of the pile you chose, if you ever come back to it, then you'll know and remember, and maybe there will be a different message for you in a different pile. Or letting me know how the reading resonated. Giving the video a like, giving the channel a subscribe. That will really help me to grow the channel. This reading is very different from ones I've done before. I just kind of felt like sitting down with some cards and pulling them for you and seeing what comes up. The first one that leapt out of the pack is Judgment. And we'll get 2 more. Judgment is the overall energy. Ooh, the Moon. And this one is screaming at me. What are you? The Page of Pentacles reversed. All right, so there's someone you're not sure about. There's someone you're not sure about, and perhaps you had them on your mind when you were selecting this video. There's some question as to whether or not you can trust your judgment. It may be that you've known this person for quite some time, and this may not be the first time you've questioned your judgment about them. Some of the qualities about this person, it could be that I'm kind of getting one of those people where, okay, I used to smoke, and there was like a certain kind of person that never bought their own cigarettes. They only ever smoked other people's cigarettes. And they just knew enough people that smoke that they could continuously smoke without ever buying any. It's that kind of person, or it's that kind of person where you always have to pay when you go out, even if it's their suggestion. And these are like really subtle things that come up. Like, they may not be really overt. For some of you they are, for some of you they aren't. And you kind of wonder, you know, am I being taken advantage of? You wonder what the truth of this person is. There's just something you can't quite put your finger on. It's not, that's why I say it's not necessarily overt. The energy of, so what do we have? Judgment. So Libra and Pisces are represented here. And I'm feeling a bit of distorted Taurus. So that may resonate for you and that may not. That's okay. Yeah, so like there's this imbalance that's happening right now that you can't quite put your finger on. It's just one of those things that's like underneath the surface. You're like, what's bothering me? You know, it doesn't feel obvious enough for you to be like, oh yeah, this is what's going on. Let's get more information about this person. So what are they being deceptive about? What's the Moon here for? Ooh, this keeps happening today. Just keep losing all the cards. Okay. 7 of Cups. I heard the word duplicitous. There's a kind of duplicitous nature about this person where you can't quite, it may be that you hear different accounts from different people, or they tell different stories to different people, or they're seemingly generous one moment, and then, because there is this material concern here, and then it just always ends up feeling imbalanced. Can you tell me more about this Page of Pentacles in reverse? this guy. This person presents as a Knight of Pentacles, someone who's slow moving, generous, plays the long game. This is why you can't trust your judgment about this person, because they present as two different things. Like there's this immature, like more immature kind of way about them. But it's the undercurrent. They present as this. They have everyone convinced that they're this, but actually they're this. So if you are questioning whether you should trust this person or not, my answer is not really. You know, I'm not getting a good vibe from them. I hear that people make a lot of excuses for them. Yeah. So there's this like, whenever you feel like you've got it nailed down, or whenever there's like a confrontation with them, or not even a confrontation, but whenever something seems to start to reveal itself, it splits itself in two. This person is very good at surviving in the way that they do. An avert Scorpio. And it is holding you. If you're wondering if it's holding you back, it is holding you back. This person is, the energy that I'm getting from this is like someone clinging on to, I guess coattails is the saying, but like holding on to you, and like you're like dragging them behind you. But I don't think it's just you. I don't think you're the only one dragging this person. Let's get some crystal wisdom and see what the crystal wisdom has to say. Any advice for you about this situation? If this isn't resonating for you, feel free to choose a different pile. I feel like this is going to be really resonant with a few people in different ways. The awakening crystal, soul awakening. I am awakening to my true essence, and I am a full expression of my soul's vibration. Okay. That's the awakening crystal. Apparently that's what it looks like. Okay. So the message I'm getting here is that this is a person that is from a past life, and not a past life in a spiritual way, but a person who hangs on. So this could be a brother, this could be a cousin, this could be, I don't know why I'm immediately going for family, but an old friend, someone where the roots are deep. It's hard to cut ties, and you kind of again and again sort of go, okay, well, it's not hurting anything, but then it continuously recycles and comes back where it's like, well, this could also be, if it's not a specific person, a pattern. So it could be several people in your life that are, or you know, the next person comes in and does kind of the same thing as the last person. So it could be a repeated cycle in your life that you're attracting people like this. So advice, again, fire agate, creativity. I allow the creativity of my soul to shine through into my world. What is this here for? Interesting. I'm going to get a card to clarify our oracle guidance. Why is this here? How is creativity? Okay, I'm going to get one more card. It's going to take... okay. It's going to take creativity to put this situation to rest. So this is why we have the fire agate here in the creativity. So I see that there is a deep and meaningful love here. That's probably why cousin, brother, close old friend is coming up. Because there are deep ties. There's also this sort of, again, with the like the duplicitous nature, there's this really lovely aspect to this person's personality that's really potentially magnetic. But they take advantage. And you're not quite sure what face or how to trust. So let's get, I'm making Magic card. Let's see if we can get spirit involved here. Water. Yeah. Pisces. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. So there's a deep emotional current to this. So if you can't trust this person, it's on you, but you're attached to them and connected. It's on you to heal whatever it is that's sensitive or distrustful and not put them in positions where they need to be trusted, if that makes sense. Don't bring them, don't push them out of your life, but don't put them in important positions, or don't put yourself in a position where you have to split the bill, or and then they're not paying their end, or keep healthy boundaries, set healthy boundaries, and really explore the part of yourself that is generous and kind and loving. This is saying not to allow that part of yourself to die, like just because this person has maybe taken advantage of you or takes advantage of others doesn't mean other people don't need your love and generosity, is what we're saying. It could be that you're putting a lot of energy into them, and just like laying that to rest will free up energy for others. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. I hope this was informative or interesting in some way, and we'll see you soon. Hey, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So I just really felt like pulling some cards with no specific aim, just seeing what messages you need at this time, what's coming through for you. And I'd like to say, while I'm shuffling the cards, it would be great if you give this video a like, leave a comment, even if it's just to mark what pile you chose. Maybe you'll come back to this video at another time and then try a different message. Maybe you'll be called to it at another time for another message. The messages are fairly distinct so far. And subscribe to my channel. That'd be great, so I can grow and continue to make these videos, because I really like doing it. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm in a, I just want to come on and kind of chat, and it's like a reading where we kind of shoot the shit, I guess you could say. Ooh, this one. Okay. I'm not going to read reversals in these ones today. We have the Apparelamentum. These cards are really cool and really intense. I actually did a training with John Matthews, who wrote the book for these cards. And any decks that are his, I seem to energetically really resonate with. They're like exploding with energy. I'm just going to take a moment to tune into what this is talking about for you. Reverence. There is an energy of deep reverence. Let's take a look at the other cards to see what's going on beyond that. The Knight of Love. Okay. And Ascension. I knew you were going to be my spiritual pile. All right, so this is going to get a bit spiritual, out there, abstract. I'm not quite sure what word to use. Hunker down and get devotional. This is a time for deep inward vision, concentration. It may be difficult for you at this time to connect with people outside of your spiritual beliefs and connection. Interestingly, this is it feels like you're not really needing tarot guidance or guidance outside of yourself, that there's a very strong, and maybe this is just a reassuring or validating reading for you, but it feels like everything that's coming through to you is coming through really strong. You're really psychic right now. You're very tuned in. You may not even recognize how psychic you are because you're just knowing things and noticing things and being in that energy and flow. The Knight of Love, your heart is just open, but you've got this cup, right? Like it's up to the heavens, if you will. You've given it over to God, to spirit, to whatever it is that you believe in, your higher consciousness, your science, whatever it is that you put faith in. This is where your love is right now. And by extension, so even though you're going inward, even though you may be more introverted right now or being less in contact with other people, potentially, they're feeling this love from a distance. So this is resonating out from you. And then here with Ascension, it feels like there have been a lot of sacrifices that have been made, and you're sort of in that space that it's like a peaceful space. It's like not what people would expect after being put through the ringer, so to speak. That there's this like calm about you where you're like, yeah, I got this. Like whatever comes, it cannot be worse than what I've been through already. Let's see if we can we'll get a few more cards. I feel like this is just a validating reading. Like you already know this. It's not going to tell you anything you don't already know. But let's see if there's any advice about, any advice for pile number 3. Okay. Let's start with this before we get any deeper. We have the Love Feast. So this is number 6. In a traditional Rider-Waite, it would be the Lover's card. For some of you, there is a choice between two people that needs to be made. And again, you're sort of giving it over to that higher energy, to your higher wisdom. There's a potentially different reading of these cards, and that would be entering into a new reverence and respect for loving relationships, so that you've entered into a new space of, and you're calling in your soulmate, your partner, and that this is an ideal time for union with them. And with the Knight of Cups, it's just so full of love. and it makes you feel ascended. It makes you feel the divine. This is like big love. Monsignor. I think that's how you say it. Okay, so this is like the tower. Yeah. And that's where you've got this like this calm energy that you've been assaulted with so many things that you can take whatever comes, and it's from this space of calm that you are attracting this other person, because this other person has also been through that. And so you're meeting each other, and because you're in that calm space and the two of you are so deeply connected, your calm is affecting them. Like they are feeling it because you're feeling it. And then there's this sort of beautiful energy of being in it together, and it deepens your love for one another. It deepens your appreciation for one another. If this is not about a romantic relationship, apply that to whatever relationship is deepening right now. So your connection to spirit, your connection to being able to make choices and decisions for yourself and for your life, for your family, for your relationship, your career. Some of you, this is romantic though. August is a month of union. So it could very well be, this is my love pile. Incredible. Okay. This card is, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but like I can pronounce it, but I just always feel awkward with different accents in my mouth. This is sort of like the Emperor card. It's like coming into a new level of power and strength within yourself. Standing in your power in this calm, beautiful way, and calling in that love and that energy, that trust of the journey. Like you have given up control. You recognize that you don't have control. And it is from that surrender that this beautiful new energy can come in. So what do we want to see? What do we want to see? What oracle guidance can we give you for this? Interesting. Let's do some magical ones. Let's see what we can get for you from here. So this is the magical spell cards. Since this is a more spiritual reading, let's see. Yeah, new beginning. Oh, cool. Nice. So this could be this could be a new beginning in the relationship you're already in. This could be a new beginning for you personally, or it could be a new beginning for a relationship that has sort of been on hiatus. There's definitely been a lot of like friends to lovers vibes through the readings that I've been doing in the last little while. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. And I see that here, like this space is, if it's not already cleared, it's very, very close to being cleared. Let's get something from the sweet dreams. I feel like this pile, you can do dream work or vision work, journeying. So let's see. Oh my goodness. On the bottom of, no, we have a second card. On the bottom of the magical spell card deck, this just jumps out. True love, come to me. I've never seen this card before. Ooh, did you see how everything lit up? Oh my gosh. This is so great, you guys. Don't panic. Get excited. Okay? This is what you've always wanted. True love shall come to me, as I do will, so mote it be. You have been calling this in. Get it. Like, love it. Appreciate it. And see this person, she's holding her heart. Yeah. Like, that's how you're going to look at them. Just, oh, dreamy. This is like teenage dream fantasy relationship coming true. So what else can we say about dreams here? And if this isn't, a romantic relationship, that's coming into that space generally in your life. Guidance. This is whatever this says. I know it's like, yeah, my dreams give me inspiration and guidance. Yeah, you're heavily, heavily guided. Like, you don't need this reading. You already knew all of these things before I told them to you. But it's reassuring. It's nice to hear. I get it. Trust. I believe that whatever is happening to me right now is part of the greater plan. We see this all over this reading. You've surrendered. You're trusting. Do you want one more? Let's get one more. Let's do 3. It's a nice number. I like this for you. I like this. It's so good. Energy. I work with my dreams and my spirit's energy to reach my highest good. Yeah. You are in your higher self. You are connecting with your higher self. You are in this energy of new beginning, of trust, of following your guidance. You're calling in that love. And if it's not love romantically, it's love for yourself. It's love for your community. It's a family. Whatever it is that you've been working on and calling in, you're there. And I'm so happy for you. And we'll see you soon. Have a good night.